back. Hello, Marshall Davis Wine Club. Hope everyone's healthy and staying safe out there. Since we can't have everyone here for our spring club pickup, we figured we might as well film a little video.
Yep.
Go through the new releases and just kind of talk about them a little bit. Kind of the same process we go through when you guys come in here for your pickups and try the wines yourselves. It's our first time doing this, but we kind of promised each other that we're going to do it in one take. So if there's some mistakes, get a laugh out of it, and that's just going to be what it is. So we'll do Rosé first, 2019 vintage. The three new wines are new Rosé, our new 2017 Estate Pinot Noir, and then our new 2017 in this fancy new label, Seven Hills Vineyard Cabernet Sauvignon. All right, so we'll do a little rosé first. I'll let Sean just kind of talk about the process.
So 2019 rosé, I think really finally kind of got to a point where I'm happy with the rosé. We've tweaked it for the past couple of years, and I think we've really dialed in our process now. So we do whole cluster pressing. We throw the Pinot Noir grapes straight in the press them off, zero skin contact except for what happens in the press. And then we ferment this in an egg-shaped vessel, which gives it some texture and aromatics as it's fermenting in that vessel. It kind of churns itself, stirs itself, and it gets all the lees and all that up in there into the wine and builds some body and some aromatics. Also with the rosé, we've really dialed in our farming practices. So we actually have two different sections in our vineyard that we block off just for the rosé. So there's two different clones in here. We have our 777 and then our Maria Feld. I really think we've gotten to a good spot in our rosé, and it's tasting pretty good already. I think you're definitely going to get a lot of stone fruit, and there's some strawberry characteristics to it as well.
Yeah, it's super clean.
Yeah, but on the palate, I think the palate's really nice this year, and the acidity's still very bright. Pretty excited about it.
Nice color too.
Mm-hmm.
Nice and light.
We should have a dump bucket.
I should have got a dump bucket. I guess we could pound it. People might like that.
Yeah. I'll pour a smaller pour next time.
Yeah. Go ahead.
So hold on. Sorry, you gotta watch this drink right now.
I'm gonna pour it. Oh, rosy.
It is good. It's good though.
It is good.
All right.
I like it a lot.
On to our next one.
All right, 2017 Estate Pinot Noir. It's better.
That's a better. Sorry, I poured the first pours. So this is our 2017 Estate Pinot Noir. This was the first vintage that I was making wine up at Beacon Hill Winery. I really feel like this was my first vintage where I had total control of the winery, because prior to this we were sharing spaces with other winemakers. Not that it's a bad thing, but having control of your own space really makes a big difference, I think, in the winemaking process. So I really think in 2017 our wines really took off in a higher quality aspect. So 2017 Estate Pinot, so 100% fruit from our estate, represents all the Pinot Noir clones in our vineyard. So that'd be 114, 777, Pommard, and Maria Feld. Mm-hmm. Yep. This is probably about 25% new oak. Whole cluster wise, it's probably in the 15 to 20% range as whole cluster. So that gives it a little texture and some good fun aromatics. And I really think this wine, I'm glad we kind of held this back for a little bit, is really kind of kicking off into its own right now. Good texture.
Yeah, that's awesome structure.
Mm-hmm.
I like the 17s.
Yeah, it's definitely good spice. You get a little bit of the aromatics from the whole cluster, and then you get a little bit of that tannin tension on the palate as well from the whole cluster. Big cherry, kind of cola notes.
Yeah, we don't do too many tasting notes, as I know most of you know, just because it's so subjective and you might get something totally different, and we don't want to persuade you to go a certain direction with it.
Good color too, but it's definitely drinking really well right now. So this is something you don't necessarily need to hold on to. You could pop this sucker right now and go for it. Let's go. Yep. And in these times, it's never too early to drink. All right.
Even for 17, it's still pretty chewy. It's got a lot of,
Yeah, not too bad though.
and it's got, but
Yeah,
it's good.
there's
though,
some good.
in a good way.
Yeah.
As the acid and stuff's good.
All right, next wine. Moving into Cabernet Sauvignon.
Power tasting over here.
Yeah, right. So this is our 2017 Cabernet Sauvignon from Seven Hills Vineyard. With the fermentation of this one, I don't know, you might have heard me or Ryan talk about how we ferment this. We do whole berry fermentation on this, and we also don't do any pump overs. We just do punch downs only. So what happens with that, with these thick skins of the grapes from Cabernet, it'll ferment. Power tasting. Anyway, so berries go in the fermenter. It looks like a bowl full of marbles, and when we do punch downs only, we can't break through the cap for a week or so. So what happens is we get a partial carbonic maceration happening down low for about a week, which gives nice aromatics to the wine, more fruit forward. The tannins are a little bit more managed as well. But I love this vineyard site. It's one of my favorite vineyard sites in Washington, or technically Oregon, sorry, in Walla Walla. Here, I have to get to it. I'm still drinking Pinot.
And carbonic macerations when the fermentation is happening inside the grape.
Yes. Yeah, it happens within the skins
Yeah.
of the grape. So it's not getting a lot of contact from the skin, the outside skin, where a lot of the tannins are.
That smells good.
Yeah. I love Cabernet.
I like that. It has even a little bit more of the, I don't want to say earthiness, but like almost towards like the XL cab that we do a little bit.
Yeah.
There's a little more of that tobacco thing going
Yeah, there's
on.
some tobacco, leather.
It's not just fruit like some of the Seven Hills stuff you get.
And new oak on this is a little bit higher than some of our others. It's probably more in the 30% range. So you will get some good vanilla characteristics from the French oak. Tannins are spot on. They're very balanced. It's not real chewy for a Cabernet, but it's still big and got some body.
It's soft right now. We just opened that.
That's gonna taste good.
We just opened
Yeah,
that.
it'll get better with time as well. But again, you could pop this and it'd be delicious with a steak right now. That's for sure. I could eat a steak right now. That sounds good. Yeah, well, we hope you enjoy all these wines, and also we'd like to thank you all for
Yes.
sticking with us during this fun time in world history. But wine always makes everything better. So.
Agreed. Yeah, we appreciate all the support, everyone.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And keep a lookout for specials we're going to have going. We'll continue having some good discounts as long as we're closed, and
Yeah, every week we'll do something.
we'll try to get you guys good sales and get you good wine your way for a good price, because I know I've been drinking a lot of wine. So yeah, well, thank you so much.
Yeah.
And-
Thanks. Miss you guys. We'll
Yeah.
hope to see you soon, okay? All right. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.